Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Narayan Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. All right, I'm going to say a very big shout out to Mexican president for sending in firefighters and to come and rescue people. You all know there was a heavy hurricane, flood, and all that happened in Texas. You all know the story between Mexico and United States today. How ICE and all that have been sending them back home. How some of them have been detained in the detention centers. Some of them have been sent to where they do not know. Some of them ended up being ill in the detention center. Some actually died in the detention center. But still, Mexican president know what it means to be human, humanity first, and did not keep all those grudges. She immediately sent troops, or should I say firefighters, before I say troops like army, sent firefighters straight up to help. Did they help? They absolutely did great. And I also saw a pregnant woman and her team moving around, doing all they can to rescue people. These are the same people you do not want in your country, but they are out there helping. Did they mess up? They messed up. The mess up was voting for you. They messed up, but they did not hold that grudge. They came to help. Let's get into this video.
You want to know something that's really crazy? Mexicans been crossing the border with no permission, no press conference, and they're out here saving Americans' lives. Let's get into this. There's no headline, no waiting. They're showing up. Meanwhile, the president is locked in his damn office and it's a snow day, and the governor, that man, my hands are tied. Baby, Mexico united their whole day to help us while you sat on yours. People are drowning, people are starving. And another country had to step in because our leaders folded. Prize. You know what's even sicker is while they're carrying out y'all's grandmas out of the floodwaters and y'all's little babies out of the floodwaters, at the same time, their people are being thrown into detention centers and alligator Alcatraz. You've got to be a sick motherfucker to sit up here and still right now be taking people to a detention center that damn near is comparable to a damn concentration camp. Meanwhile, the descendants of said people are over in our country saving our lives. Make that make sense. And let me tell you something, they don't hesitate either, because their asses was right up here in California when the fires were happening. This is not just failure. This is neglect, as usual. Talking about y'all are out of resources. You ain't out of no damn resources. You're out of heart. You're out of humanity. So don't talk to me about borders. Talk to your president. Talk to that hot will ass governor. Because Mexico didn't ask for permission. They just showed up. What the hell is your excuse?
I have an update on the two Mexican girls who saved the lives of 20 young girls in the Texas floods over this weekend. First of all, I would like to fact check two things. In my previous video, I stated that these girls' names were Natalia and Jimena. When I made the previous video, it was really hard for me to find any information on these two girls, and I somehow ended up with those names. But their actual names are Silvana and Maria Paula. These two girls are Mexican nationals who were working at Camp Mystique as counselors. The second part we need to clear up is that although they did save 20 girls' lives, it wasn't with a mattress. This is what actually happened according to an interview that Silvana and Maria Paula did with Spanish news stations. Silvana and Maria Paula stated that they woke up at 3 in the morning due to the loud noises that the rain was making. That is when they realized that a flood was happening. So they gathered the girls that they were taking care of in their cabin and moved them to a safer area. Later on that day, they met up with other counselors and were made aware that some of the girls in another cabin were missing, and the only girls that survived were there with them. Silvana and Maria Paula took it upon themselves not to let these little girls know what was happening. Even though a lot of these little girls were asking for their sisters, their cousins, and their friends, Silvana and Maria Paula took it upon themselves to comfort them and keep them entertained as they waited for an evacuation from the military. When the army arrived, they evacuated the first set of girls. When the first set was gone, Silvana and Maria Paula stated that they didn't know if the army was going to be able to make it back to evacuate the remaining girls and themselves on time. So they had to act fast. They grabbed a Sharpie, wrote each girl's name on their arm, and they wrote their names on their arms. Scared, cold, and without a clue of what was happening, they had to focus on keeping these little girls calm and had no time to be afraid for themselves. Thankfully, the military was able to come back and evacuate all the little girls along with the remaining counselors. As of today, Monday, July 7, the surviving young girls and the counselors are back home, and as I make this video, there are still 10 girls missing from Camp Mystique. My thoughts and prayers are with the families of these young kids. And to Silvana and Maria Paula, we praise you, we thank you, and we appreciate you. Many news outlets in English are not speaking on their story, so make sure you guys share and let everybody know who they are.
Another day of what the fuck. It has been released that Kristi Noem never even sent help to Texas, never even approved it until 72 hours after it happened. And meanwhile, our president was golfing. The fact of the matter is, Mexico sent rescuers to Texas before we did. They are literally riding horseback in floods, saving human life and other animals. Meanwhile, there's people on this app buying merch. Buying merch for some fucking bullshit alligator Alcatraz, where there are people in there that have documentation that are legally here. Do you not understand facts or where to get them at? Because I am sure there are fucking millions of people that will help you along the way. Literally, there are videos for us to see of the icy cups out here grabbing people coming out of immigration court that were legally here, that was doing the process. And if you don't believe me, just look up the woman who come out with 3 men tossing her about that was here legally. She was doing what she was supposed to do. And did she worry about herself the way she was being mistreated? No. She worried about her child that was at school and who was going to pick her child up. California fires? Who helped with those? Oh yeah, Mexico. Mexico. Let me tell you what. As sad as this is, if I was the president of Mexico, I would say absolutely not. Absolutely not. As bad as it is, as sad as it is, absolutely not. But that is because I am not as big of a woman as she is. Because if I was her, I'd be saying, hell to the no. Let those who scream and MAGA, 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 get out there and fucking help. And while I am ranting, I'm going to also say this. Just because most people supposedly in Texas voted for this does not mean that we should be uncaring about what is going on there, because we are all fucking human beings. Just because, well, that's what they voted for? Get the fuck out of here. There's children and babies passing away. There are people passing away that didn't vote this way, and I don't care how they voted. They are human beings. They are human beings. All human beings deserve to be saved. They fell for it. They fell for the greatest con in the United States and possibly the world. But that does not mean we should not care. I live in West Virginia, a red state. Their education is fucked up in this state. But when there's floods here, those people deserve to be saved also. You know why? Because it's not them, they, whatever. It's human beings. Human beings. When we start thinking that way, that's what they signed up for. When we start thinking that way, we become them. When we start thinking, well, they voted for that, this is what they wanted, we become them. We become people who seem to not care about humanity. Not care about other human beings, just wanting a better life. And I will say it until my end. You cannot be illegal on stolen land. And some people will say, well, didn't you just say if you were the president of Mexico that you wouldn't help? Yes, I did say that. They're in another country. They didn't vote for this. So why should they have to be a part of it? Either way. But at the same time, it's showing, I hope, the people in the United States that they are more caring than our administration.
That President Claudia has been sending resources to Texas from Mexico, it's astounding, but it just shows you the political bullshit that's going on in our country. The fact that the Trump administration still has yet to do anything to help these people is fucking beyond me. But what's even further beyond me is the fact that President Claudia has sent firefighters and resources down to Texas, specifically by the Guadalupe River, to help these people, to help everyone in Texas. Like, baby, what? Knowing how Donald Trump feels about the Mexican community and the Mexican culture within itself, to know that President Claudia has been sending resources to Texas to help us and inevitably help him, baby, he better say thank you to her. This is why I say community is important, and don't forget where the fuck you're from, because no matter what, at the end of the day, she said, those are my people. I'm going to help my people, and in helping my people, I'm going to help you. That's literally what she's saying with her actions. And for her to continuously stand on business and stand on the words that she always says, and even if she knows that Donald Trump couldn't give a fuck about her, she's like, you know what, I'm going to hold tight to my motherfucking promises and show you exactly who I am every single time. Help my people, help your people, and help everybody in the community. I know that's motherfucking right.
You want to see the difference between real government and fake one? Let's talk about the floods in China and the floods in Texas. So recently in Guizhou, China, record-breaking rain flooded the region. But in 48 hours, 91,000 people evacuated, thousands of troops, firefighters, engineers, medics, militia, all on site. Boats, drones, mobile kitchens, shelters mobilized instantly. Only 6 people died. Because when disaster hits in China, the state moves as one. No red tapes, no excuse, just result. Now let's look at Texas. Same kind of rainfall, 100 plus people died. No flood siren, no coordination, no help, at least in the beginning. The state deployed just 2,200 personnel. FEMA showed up late with forms and loans. That was it. I watched the interview. The Texas governor said, "We are overwhelmed." And the White House, "It's God's will." Are you kidding me? You literally have the budget to send ICE agents to raid neighborhoods, arrest hardworking people without paper. But you cannot send boats rescue your own citizens from drowning. And then, guess who showed up? Mexicans. The Mexican rescue team. The Mexico came to help Texas. Well, ICE agents still out arresting Mexicans. And the one thing I don't understand, where are the hell with all these so-called patriots? The Proud Boys, the Patriot Frown, those Texas nationalists who scream about independence and honor? Why those people don't show up? And those MAGA boats, those MAGA boat parade guys, you guys have boats. Where are you guys? You got the boat when it's time to show off, but you're just sitting at home watching TV? Maybe just too fat? You guys probably don't even do any donations. You know, all big talk. These guys are not patriots. They are cosplayers with the internet. So here's the thing. This flood was not just a natural disaster. It was a mirror. China sent troops. Mexico sent help. America sent excuses and blame to something else. And the loudest patriots, they were just too busy hiding behind the flag instead of help real people. Listen, I have articles on Substack with more context of this video, with data and everything. So if you guys interested to read more with more context, please come to Substack. The link is in bio. Thanks, guys.
When Texas flooded this past 4th of July weekend, the devastation was clear. What was less visible? The group of firefighters from Acuña, Mexico stepping in to help in a true display of cross-border solidarity. Central Texas faced its worst flash floods in a century, the Guadalupe River surging 26 feet in under an hour, claiming over 100 lives and leaving dozens missing, many of them children at Camp Mystic. Amid this tragedy, about 13 Mexican firefighters and rescue personnel from Ciudad Acuña crossed into Kerr County. These first responders worked daily along the river and brought essential swiftwater rescue skills. According to CBS Texas, one team even located a victim trapped under 3 feet of debris, an act of precision and determination. Their efforts come through coordination with Fundación 911, coordinating with Texas authorities and U.S. teams. Some responders are dual citizens, driven by a shared identity and duty, a reminder that disasters do not respect borders. Historically, Mexican first responders have supported U.S. disaster relief, from Mexico's military aid after Katrina to the recent fires in Los Angeles. In Texas, their swift action meant faster recovery and hope for communities in crisis. But this isn't just about emergency response, it's human connection in action. In times of crisis, cooperation is the real flood barrier. So what's your take on this amazing cross-border effort? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and follow for more from Mexico and the Cali Baja region.
Mexicans are crossing the border into Texas to rescue people from floodwaters. Those are American jobs. Has ICE checked on those people's paperwork? Because they are not citizens. They should not be here. Okay? What about the Americans who wanted to rescue people from the floodwaters of the Guadalupe River? Texas has made it clear they do not want fucking immigrants in their state. Okay, I hope ICE is on top of this. Are we sending them to Alligator Alcatraz, or what's the deal?
Before y'all come for this lady's head, just know that she's being sarcastic. A lot of folks sent me this, so I wanted to talk about it, because I do think the point she's trying to make is valid. There was a horrific set of floods that happened in Texas that unfortunately created a lot of harm, and Mexican volunteers came to provide support to the community, and many news outlets didn't talk about that. Which is interesting because places like Texas, especially right now, have not been welcoming of migrants, of people from south of the border, and around the same time that these floods were happening, that the volunteers from Mexico were coming to provide support. United States military troops were in Los Angeles MacArthur Park doing their little show. That's my perspective though. Familia, what do you think about what I said, what she said, or what's happening? Let's chat.
You won't see it on the news, but there was, I think, like 10 to 14 people that took it upon their own hands to go through in one of the detention centers in Texas. And now, of course, they're being called terrorists and they're being given charges and everything else. But this is literally what the Second Amendment is about, okay? I think. The reality is they want to make an example of these people, right? Give them these crazy charges. The kind of charges they did not give any of the January 6 rioters, by the way. But this is the energy that we need. It's quite literally they can't arrest us all at this point. They can't contain everyone. They can't arrest everyone. And little things like this, not only is it bound to happen, but most likely these are people that are not only just extremely passionate about what's happening right now, these are people that probably are affected. They're seeing their friends, family members, everyone else, like being taken advantage of. I'm not even in the States right now, okay? But seeing the footage of just some stuff that's happening is absolutely destroying my mental health. So what do you expect when there's people like this and it's literally their family members, their husbands, like people that they know and care for being taken into these places? We're going to see more of this.
The spirit of firefighters and first responders never ceases to amaze me. At the beginning of this year, when we were having those wildfires in California, and Bone Spurs and MAGA and Republicans tried very hard to make people not care about the things that were happening there. The lives that were lost, the property that was damaged, the lives that were interrupted. Friends of mine lost their homes completely, watched it burn to the ground, memories inside. The first responders, it didn't matter what political ideology they followed, they were there. And they weren't just there from around the states to come over and help. Canada sent first responders to help. Africa sent their first responders overseas to help. And Mexico, a place that has been extremely demonized by the right, came over to help. They knew that Bone Spurs had won that election, and they knew what the rhetoric was. But Mexico didn't care about that. They cared about the lives of the people. And these countries came together and they helped the people. That's what it's all about. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be about, oh, this is a blue state. They don't follow our cultish ideology, so we should just let them burn down. Those children in that state suffering that disaster, they don't matter. But we're going to force a brain unalived woman to carry a fetus. But the live and breathing children of those houses and homes that are burning down, they don't matter though, but for the children. But people said that those places came together because the state was blue, because the state voted in a way that was favorable to Mexico, to Canada. But then Texas had its flood. And as Bone Spurs is steady with his rhetoric of getting rid of FEMA, Hot Wheels, and his continuous denial of proper, adequate warning systems, I got a video on that coming out. Who comes to help them? Who crosses the border to pull those people out of the water? Mexico. To Mexico, their firefighter and first responder brothers and sisters needed their help. And to Mexico, borders did not matter. To Mexico, it didn't matter that that state and even that town voted against them, voted to hurt them, actively cheered on the destruction of their people, the lives and families broken up for just existing in a place you think they shouldn't. That didn't matter to Mexico. What mattered were the people in the water. What mattered were the lives they could save, even though Texas would never have done it for them. Now let's be clear. The president of Mexico did not take credit for sending people over to the disaster in Texas, but she didn't hinder it, and she didn't say they shouldn't do it. The first responders and firefighters of Nuevo Leos, they came because their fellow firefighters and fellow first responders needed help. They needed help to save the people. They did it because it was the right thing to do, knowing that it is dangerous over here for them. They did it anyway, putting their own lives at risk in more ways than one. That is what it's all about. And to be completely honest, I cannot name you one Republican who would make a selfless act like that. Sometimes you have to wonder who the real villains are in a story.
To the Mexican government and to the Mexican people that sent your rescuers with no phone call needed, you did it. And you came to our aid to help locate and bring those families closure. And the Texans that are here, we thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know these are troubling times, but we'll get through it. But as a Texan, we thank you.
Especially for you, you guys deserve and earn the respect. Texas went through a disaster, a flood disaster. Mexico came out and used their resources to help recover in every aspect of Texas, whatever they needed. Yet, due to what's going on in the United States of America, due to the immigration, ICE, you guys still came out and helped. You guys deserve a pat on the back. You deserve a salute. Words can't describe how I feel about all you guys regarding here or Mexico. You guys are amazing. And I'm not looking for brownie points. I'm the type of person, I give respect where respect is due. You guys did not have to do that, to come out across the border and help. The love that I got for you guys just doesn't come from the aspect of you guys coming out and helping Texas. I'm a Palestinian, and I know you guys recognized us back in the day in 1975. Mad respect. You guys deserve all the love and respect. And once again, I salute each and every one of you. Mexico.
I have stayed quiet long enough. I have thought long and hard about posting this video, so stick around. Who showed up first in Texas? Who showed up for the people who live in Texas during those floods? You don't know? Mexico. What are we doing to their people here? What did they risk coming here with supplies, with dogs, with all kinds of stuff to come and save a state that voted against them? A country that's against them. What did they risk? Think about it. If you're not awake now, if your eyes aren't wide open, I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't. This administration is tearing their families apart. They're not taking criminals off the street. They're taking hardworking people off the street. Hardworking people out of jobs that provide fruit and veggies and all kinds of stuff and buildings, and they are the backbone of this country, and we treat them like freaking animals. And I am fed up to here with it. And I don't care who unfollows me, who follows me, I don't care anymore.
This is all I got from this video. And I thought you all said that if a woman becomes president, that she is emotionally unstable. Maybe one time she is having her period and having mood swing. The other period, she is going crazy. The other period, she is, that kind of story they gave us, and they told us, they said that a woman cannot handle a country. Now, let me tell you something. From everything, that woman must really be one of the most amazing person. Even if she is doing eye service or something, she is good. Because I will never do eye service, and I will never come to help. But yeah, maybe because human beings are involved. This is actually a very teachable moment for some people. And the person that you all said that he is fit enough, he is mentally stable enough to handle the country, is not mature enough to handle the country. Because I know that this man will never, even the man did not even come out to risk to see what is happening, not until after how many days. That shows you that some people actually did not mean well for you. And this is something majority of you did not see ahead of time while you were told. They told you. So I am saying a very big kudos to Mexico, to their president, for coming through for people in Texas. And this is also a very teachable moment for racists, white people that are racist towards Mexicans. Because all these days it's been send them back home, send them back home. The same people you are saying send them back home, you don't want to see them deported if they do not have visa. Were they not the ones that came in to help you? Did you bother checking if they came in with visa or not? It did not, because you people need help. Life is just so private sometimes that some people do not understand that as majority of the things you do today, you might actually get the result. Like, you will get the result of the bad things you are doing to people. Some people say, I do not believe in karma. Some say they believe in karma. But some people have their own immediately. It doesn't wait for so long. It comes straight up. And when it comes, it knocks you off your feet. Like Carrie Houston sang. I really do hope that white people will learn from this, because they will truly need to learn. They need to learn that being crazy and being mean to people, probably because you are more opportune than them, or because you have, I don't know, but you and I know that they feel that they are better than everybody. So a very big shout out to Mexico again for coming through. They did a great job. Left for me, I don't know if I will have that. I am being sincere. You can also feel free to tell yourself, if you left for me, I might not be able to come to rescue anybody or to send anybody. It shows maturity from her own side. Some people will say, maybe because you are a baby. No, I am old enough, right? I am old enough. But I do not think. I've been preaching normalize holding grudges. I am standing on it. Sometimes normalize holding grudges. But she did not. That did not, with everything going on, how they've been maltreating Mexicans, they did not let that stop them. It shows Christ-like for those that know what I am saying. To some people, they say they are Christians, they know God. And I saw a video of a white woman saying that Trump is the most transparent president they've come across. Very ignorant human beings. That he is very truthful. How can some people be delusional? Bye for now.